Welcome back to Nadya's Notes, and I'm at Inwood Farm because this is what I found right next to their a humongous little library. Look at this, just a never-ending selection of all kinds of books. And of course, I looked through all of them. They have children's books and adult books. If you like my channel, please like, please subscribe. Yes, I got some books. What are some books you're reading right now? Please comment and tell me what you're reading. I don't know if I've let you guys know that I am an avid book reader. I love to read. And I think we're going to find a bench and look at a couple of pages from each of these books. And maybe I'll tell you why I picked them. Okay, we're back in this lovely park that we were in earlier. So in the previous video, it's the same day. I will not lie. I'm here the same day. I don't seem able to leave here because it's just so lovely. Okay. One of these books smells like mold. Be careful about moldy things. Do I have to sit on the ground again to film? I think so. Or maybe we could sit at a table, but you might not have as great of a view as you would have had here in the back. And the tables are kind of maybe here? I don't know. Let's check out a table. I already sat on the ground today. I don't know if it will be as good, the lighting or the view. I think this is okay. Okay, yay. This is good. Let me show you my view first, and then I'll show you my books. I was going to get a latte over there, but I was like, I already had my coffee today, so I'll have to come back. I promised you that I would come back to that restaurant, and I will, just not today. And I already started like stressing out and being like, just record today and you'll be done with your promise, then you can post whenever you want. And I was like, but I would only get a coffee and I don't want one right now. And they probably don't have gluten-free pastries. And, oh, let me show you my view. That's my view. Really, really gorgeous. Okay, so again, please let me know which books you're reading. I picked one from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and David Kessler on life lessons. It says, 2 experts on death and dying teach us about the mysteries of life and living. And when I pick up a book, I flip through it and see when I read if I like the style, if it like is smooth and easy. And for example, why I'm going to read it because it has phrases like the following. Many people have serious breakdowns when they realize they don't know who they are. Trying to get to know themselves for the first time is a daunting task. They realize they don't know how to react to themselves as opposed to who they think they should be. That's deep and stark and really cognitive dissonancy. Because that's like just so wow. That's so wow. Oh, okay. So this book has life lessons in the following categories. Where are you? Authenticity, love, relationships, loss, power, guilt, time, fear, anger, play, patience, surrender, forgiveness, and happiness. Maybe we should just focus on this book because we're already 4 minutes into the video. But maybe let me show you what other ones I got. I got the one on friendship by Lydia Dunworth, and it had just like a lot of really good statistics and information. In order to properly understand friendship in adolescence, it is essential to understand that the teenage brain is a work in progress. I think the human brain is a work in progress too. The last 15 years have brought a radical rethinking of the particular phase of brain construction that takes place between the ages of 10 and 25, now considered the span of modern adolescence. For centuries, it was thought that the brain was fixed at birth. That began to change with the work of David Hubel and Torsten Wiesel in the 1950s and 1960s. I wonder who came up with this idea that the brain was fixed at birth. Because now it seems so obvious that it isn't, right? Death Comes to Pemberley. That's the first book I picked out because I know P.D. James. I watched a British murder mystery series based on her books. Probably this one, Death Comes to Pemberley. And she has just such a fantastic style. The language is so rich. For example, okay, this one doesn't smell. They all smell a little bit. I'm very sensitive to mold and fungus. Okay, this one is okay. I know which one it is. This one is a little not okay. No judgment, it's just like be very careful. American books are printed on a paper that acquires mold easily, unlike Russian books. It has a different paper composition. Okay. But his words were lost in a renewed howling of the wind in the chimney, and the company followed him out of the music room, down the main staircase and into the hall. Stoughton and Mrs. Reynolds were already there. At a gesture from Darcy, Stoughton opened the door. The wind rushed in immediately, a cold, irresistible force seeming to take possession of the whole house, extinguishing in one blow all the candles except those in the high chandelier. Do you hear that language? You're immediately transported to wherever it is that they are. Pemberley. They're at Pemberley. Okay, then, oh my goodness. No, wait. Rising in Love by Alan Cohen. I don't know who he is. This one smells a little bit. But he talks about love, one of my favorite topics. Here is it larged. No. Original Angels in a Strange Land. He was a student of Confucius in a past life, Hilda explained as she began the class. And then he was a revered sage on his own merit. Wow, that is fascinating, I thought, as my ears perked up. I usually don't delve into people's past lives, she went on, but in his case it was necessary to help him understand what he has gone through in this life. I wanted to hear more. Wait, and then they went into previous lives. I don't know if I believe in previous lives. I used to, I don't know anymore. Oh, this is what I liked. Phrases like this and passages like this. We live in a strange time, a time when we have been taught that we must apologize for believing in God. We live in a time when women we live in a time when people have successfully emerged into the richness of self-appreciation, but the lovers of God have wandered down the alleyways of psychic sensationalism and fallen prey to unscrupulous cult leaders because there just haven't been enough pure teachers of truth to gather the children of light into their arms. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what this book is about. It started off with him explaining his first love. Since I have discovered the miracles of thinking in alignment with high possibilities, I'm being eaten by mosquitoes. I'm keenly aware of how we use and misuse the power of our thoughts. While we could create unprecedented successes simply by believing in one another, too often we sadly deny ourselves the joy of mutual upliftment. Like atomic power, chemistry, and psychic abilities, all of which are gifts to celebrate the glory of life. We have taken the miracle of the creative power of thought and turned it against ourselves, dragging each other down instead of lifting each other up. I'm unclear what he meant by that. I'm being eaten alive by the mosquitoes. Okay, and the last book. Eloise, All Around the House. I thought it was like It's always like that little French girl, Adventures of Eloise, but this is not what this is. And this book definitely stinks. It's like advice. For example, no more sticking. Household advice. From a reader in San Diego, place a rubber fruit jar ring under your ice tray and the tray will not stick to the bottom of the freezer compartment. Put a lazy Susan to work. When there's illness in the house, it's a grand idea to drag out that lazy Susan and put it on the bedside table. Put the medicine bottles and pills in the middle of the lazy Susan with a glass of water. In each individual section, put all the little things the patient is likely to need, such as cough medicine and drops, medicine, spoons, facial tissue, etc. Then, when the bed patient needs something, it saves you many steps. You can just rotate Susan. Also, it prevents cluttering up the bedside table. I always put an alarm clock in the middle of the gadget and set the alarm. When it goes off, the patient knows it's time to take medicine. Really good advice. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I always add a few drops of our favorite cologne before I pour the water into my steam iron. I've been doing this for years. So far, it has never hurt the steam iron. All our clothes carry a pleasant, fragrant odor, which seems to come from nowhere. Even our closets and chests of drawers smell lovely. That's a really good idea. I wonder if you can could you do that with essential oil somehow so that you're not adding all of those artificial fragrances to your clothing? Because now we have research that shows that it's really bad for you. Anyway, I'm looking forward to reading all of these. Yes, I am. Or parts of them until I get scared of what I find in there. And I hope you join me. And again, thank you for being with me on my lovely Friday night adventure. This will probably be posted not on a Friday night, so whatever day this is for you, I am now scratching my feet under the table my legs under the table because I've been bitten by mosquitoes. And I also see fireflies. I haven't seen fireflies in a bit. I think the last time I saw them, when I went to Dumbo, I don't think I posted that, and filmed that wonderful, wonderful little park. Anyway, this is Nadya's Notes. If you like what you're seeing and you enjoy the content, please like, please subscribe, please come back, and see you tomorrow. Mwah.